Ron Gillis got his start in the entertainment industry from early childhood. As a youngster, he started putting on plays for his family. In 2002, a friend encouraged him to visit the Arena Playhouse in Baltimore, Maryland. And that's where he started studying theater, and he did it for a year. Ron was quick to catch on and performed in many plays while he was a student. Not too long thereafter, he had a newfound, deep passion to get involved in films and producing movies. In 2006, Ron wrote, produced, directed, and starred in his first independent film called By Any Means Necessary. That movie was followed by 4 more films: Karma, In Due Time, Student, and Air. Now, on top of his movie productions, Ron somehow found time to become a model. He actually started his modeling career prior to his movie productions. In 2003, he got his start in a DC fashion show and was later picked up by Wilhelmina Model Agency. Ron is continuously engaged in finding ways to improve and perfect his craft, and he desires to make an impact on society with his work. He knows that one small step will ultimately lead him to accomplishing his life's dreams on the big screen.
The story, here's the inside edition. What I write firsthand, and they listen.
Rumbo Rich, you think you know about me? Really don't know about my story, so I'ma give it to you now. No cutthroat, addressing all the haters. Speak one day and talk about me later. Just gonna stay on my grind.
My ears burning, somebody's talking, watching while I'm walking. The only soul in daylight with my shades on, no eye contact, seems foreign. In this cold world, feel torn. No matter what city I'm torn. Told my family I'll pay them back. Sacrifices to get where I'm at.
Do I? So are you gonna do anything about it?
My name's Noah. I noticed you from across the room over there.
Autumn.
You always want me to be with you, to be hanging out with you all the time. I'm young, let me hang sometime.
I have to be with you. I know you have a girl.
Cause I only knew what I knew. Never speak on what I don't know unless I'm spoken to.
Grinding hard all day, getting money all day.
I was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. That's where I was born and raised at. Started out elementary school, Fullerton Elementary School, which is in Overley, Maryland. It's a county of Baltimore. And went to high school at Parkville High School. That's where I started out with acting and doing some music and all like that, in the choir, in the band. My parents, they were always really supportive of me. They came out to a lot of my shows, whether it's been in the theater shows or even the musical shows, different things like that. They were there. So my parents really supported. I have my 2 siblings, my brother and my sister. They always supported me too. They actually were in various productions of mine. They were in like a couple movies of mine, Karma, and things of that nature. My brother helped film Air, a little tiny part of Air. So it's like they play a part. They play a big part actually in my life, in my well-being. Grateful to have them. As my family, because they really do support me, and that's a big thing to me. It's always been about support. Having close family and close friends that support me means a lot, because in the industry like that, you don't really have much of that. it's like a dog-eat-dog type of industry. Unfortunately, it's like a lot of people just out for themselves. They only want people around them as much as you can help them. If you can't help them much, then it's more like I don't want to be bothered with you. But it's not that loyal support companionship for the most part. If you're lucky, you run across a few people that are like that, but they're very, very rare. So my family and I were real close and all, and when I have new ideas, I bring them to their attention. I'll bring it to my mother, and I say, hey, what do you think about this? If it's a script or a song or something, what do you think about this? And she'll let me know. She'll give me her opinion. She would let me know good or bad or whatever, but she would let me know. Maybe you may need to rewrite that or change this or this. So they really are really supportive. I remember with acting, when I was doing theater acting, I'd be running over my lines with my mom. And then most of the time, I always end up doing a lot of theater somehow in the summertime. It'd be all hot, and we'll have the air conditioner on in the house, and I'd be walking back and forth, because I got to act out this scene, and I'm practicing memorizing the line. And and my mother would be helping me out with that, like she'd be reading from the script, and then I'm just like playing out the scene and all, being the character, becoming this character, and she would go ahead and help me out with learning the lines. That way when I do the show, I knew what I was doing and knew what I had to say. So the family is really big to me. Family's real important to me and all, but I learned a lot over the years. I learned a lot just in general about that prepared me for being in this industry, from networking to working with people to being organized, to being a leader, because to doing a lot of different things, to multitasking, to doing a lot, because I'm always doing more than one thing. I might have songs going on one hand, but then I'm also writing script for a movie on the other hand, or I might be doing a script for one thing, and then on the other hand I might be doing just something else that's pertaining to another part of the industry. It's just always a lot of stuff, since I'm in all three. And I pretty much like to say it's like I compare it to sports sometimes, like to those that play different sports. They may play football during football season in the winter, but then in the summer they're playing baseball. In the spring and summer they play baseball, like a Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders or something. It's like they do a lot, they do different sports, but they're all kind of connected, and they do one during one time and one during another time of the year. And that's how I am. I'm trying to balance, because I'm doing all three, and I'm smart enough to realize I can't do all three at the same time. However, I'm so crazy ambitious that I try to do it all at once, and my friends get on me about that sometimes. They try to tell me, hey, you might want to try and figure out ways to, focus on one for a little bit and then just, focus on the other ones at a certain time. I have trouble doing that. I really do. I have trouble doing that, because I always have so many ideas in my mind, and it's so hard for me to just shut it off. Even if it's just for a month or two, it's hard for me to do that. But I'm working at it, I'm working on it, trying to get better. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah, what's going on? Here to represent my man Ron G. That started from the bottom that we here. Just recall a whole lot. Us growing up, freestyling in the car, early 2000s, getting crunk to Project Pat, to Jay-Z, to whatever you call it, Juicy J, everything. And I see a lot of the influence of the music that we listen to into his music now. Even the softer songs that he makes, the more conscious songs from Talib Kweli he used to rock. I see a lot of those type of elements in his music. His pen game is crazy. I'm happy to be a part of his music. I actually went to the studio with him a few times to help him document what he was doing. And I think everything turned out good. We all know Ron G a hustler, so he has his foot into a couple different fields, whether it be modeling, music, producing, young black, Tyler Perry. You watch a Ron G flick and say produced, written, directed, everything by Ron G. Music. So he trying to do his thing. I support everything he doing. We like brothers, so whatever he doing, I'm rocking with it, and that's what it is. So Ron G, get that Ron Travis, is out there, it's hot, it's hot fire. My favorite song is I'm a Billionaire, and I saw the process of making that, so it's tight, check it out. Y'all gonna love it, I love it, and that's what it is.
You know, I was recording the song Billionaire song on my Ron Travis album, and this that's more like a fun song, party song. It's what I'm aspiring to be. I always say, you know, all my songs have some sort of inspiration to them. So I figured, let me write about something that I would like to be one day. And, you know, I wrote it, and it's like a really cool, up-tempo, you know, party type track. But yeah, you know, it was like hype energy there, and I'm just like in there really just giving my all and having a ball, having a blast. And, you know, most of the time when I'm rapping, I'm kind of more like laid back, a little more mellow to a certain extent. But during this song, I had to be more up-tempo, you know, very hype. So had to get my energy right. And but it was fun, you know. My cousin was there, supporting and watching the session and all, and maybe throwing out a few ideas, or maybe you try and say it this way, try and say it that way. So, you know, but yeah, the song ended up being a really nice track.
Told myself
overall.
I'd make it big. No corporate. Hope it's not rigged. Not what you said I'm. Nothing to lose. Gotta pick and choose. Doing what you do. They just wanna be all around you and nah. Watch your stack. Bring it back. You don't want any of that. Look like you running track. A billionaire ain't got time for scraps. Bum rush this bitch like a running back. Harder than shit, call it heart attack. Yo, I'm a billionaire. Yo, I'm a billionaire. Throw your hands up in the air. Money flying everywhere. Yo, I'm a billionaire. Yo, I'm a billionaire. Money flying everywhere. Champagne bottles in the air. Yo, I'm a billionaire. Yo, I'm a billionaire.
Yeah, Ron and I, we've been friends for a while now, since back in '06, since I first met him at Hertz Rental Car. Yeah, I remember back in the day when he used to get chased off the property by a couple guys named Keith and Marlon. And just after that, yeah, we just been hanging out since then. You know, our personalities, they just mesh so well. But yeah, I noticed, you know, since day one, when he wanted something, he always got it, you know, got it done. He always tried for whatever he wanted, either it was in the movies or music, you know. It just seemed like whatever he has mindset, he accomplished. You know, as a friend, you know, I like that, you know, see him get the job done. It makes me inspired, be a better person, my own self, you know, go out and do what I need to do. But I see bright, you know, definitely bright future for Ron.
Know about you know, and hopefully they like what they hear, or modeling and movies like what they see and watch, and they'll, you know, become loyal fans and loyal supporters. So I'm definitely all for that. But yeah, definitely, you know, I would like to visit Sweden one day too. So I'll remember you, you know, and maybe you'll have my album and, you know, can let people know about it. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, greatly. So I think next we're probably gonna tag a little into the active part of it.
Doubt me, some of y'all doubt me. Came from obscurity, I'd probably be who you wanna be, but doubt me, some of y'all doubt me. Came to be who I be with all of the controversy, doubt me, some of y'all doubt me. Came from obscurity, I'd probably be who you wanna be, but doubt me, some of y'all doubt me. Came to be who I be with all of the controversy. I thrive from negativity cause it still circles me. I know exactly who I be and you should try to see. Ain't no need for the energy, ain't got time for the woe is me. Fuck that shit, it gets me no place but to step back honestly. I step back on the sea, where I'm from, where I be. Many places, many faces smile at me, then talk about G. Then they wonder why I don't fuck with nobody. Probably most people are so phony. Rather be my mind lonely cause this shit is crazy. Go on, debate. Yeah, if you if we take it, I'll do. I guess you rewind it back a little bit. Where was that at? Y'all short sleep on this. Yeah, like right before, a few lines before that, or a little bit before that, right there. Being true. Yeah. That'll be good right around there. And so therefore I'm on my own, hold the throne and succeed. Why they hate to hear me breathe on this track, they wish I leave, but I bear or give my all just for y'all like short sleeve. Thank me later. Independent mainstream, check the data. I ain't among those who they favor.
So yeah, like I was saying, been making music since I was in high school, and let's just say 99 when I started, and just been going hard at it ever since. I love music. It's a form of expression. It's like the world's language. You reach everybody anywhere with music. So I always just love to sit down and write, and I come up with a nice song, tight song with got a nice tight track, put it together, make magic. So that's really all it's been about. Like I said, the Ron Travis album, great album, out. Y'all need to check it out.
Price of Fame, one of my favorite songs, I would say, off the whole album. It's because of what I'm speaking on in the song. And it's like it's kind of a deep song. It really has like it has like the dark side of fame. It has the struggle. It has the accomplishments. It has the darts that are being thrown at you. It has the glitter. It has the glam. It has a little bit of everything that comes with fame, and the price of it is what I'm talking about in the song. So and I really just that song right there is really, it just means a lot to me. Like I really love that song. And then at the end of the track, producer Rich, he actually played the electronic guitar, added a little bit more he just added a little bit more flair to the whole entire song to top it off as this is going to be a great song. Not only do we have a great track, but great lyrics, and then he just played the electronic guitar at the end. So yeah, that song right there is probably one of my favorite songs out of the whole album. And I really just enjoyed recording that song. I know I actually recorded it a few times. I had to go back to the studio because the first time I recorded it, I went home and listened to it. It wasn't quite right. So I was like, okay, let me go back and record it again. So I booked another session, maybe about a couple weeks later, and I recorded it again. The second time, I was like, perfect. So, and I was like, this is a song that I'm going to definitely do an open mic, and just perform live. So, during the session, though, I was just like really, enjoying making this song because I felt it in my heart that this was going to be one of those songs, like a magnificent song. And I'm not trying to boast or brag, but I really truly felt that. Like when I was recording it was just something about this song, and I was like, that's how I knew that, all right, I'm on the right track. So yeah, we just got finished recording Price of Fame here at Hot Track Studio. Get the Hot Tracks, producer Rick, videographer Sammy, Sam. And here we are, just doing just got finished shooting. Got Billionaire on here. We got Price of Fame on here. So we're working on it. Things coming along real good. As you can see, I was in there doing a lot of writing. Had to change up verses, but it worked all out for the good. So it's all great. All right. Now we're just gonna walk to the car. This is like I'm taking y'all on a journey right here. Day in the life of Ron G. So next up is photo shoot. We was gonna shoot a music video, ain't that right, Sam?
That's right.
Yeah, we was gonna shoot that, but plans got changed. So now, photo shoot after that, ended in my movie Air, will be coming out next month, August 2014, and here we go.
I'm Rick from Hot Trucks Recording Studio. Been working with Ron G for the past year on his latest album. It's just really awesome. Love Ron. Can't wait for him to come in whenever he does. And new friend. new friend in the business. Really looking forward to what he does next. You should too.
So, with music, I've always been a lover of music. That's another thing that came naturally to me. When I first started out, I was making music in my house, in my parents' house actually, and I would be up in my room, I have a lot of clips in the documentary, it's going to show that, and I would be there sitting there making beats, and the beats that I would create, I would rap over them, so I'd be writing rhymes. And when I first started out, my cousin Donald Adams, he's also a musician, he would be like my producer. He was the very first producer I ever worked with, and he would like make the track, and I would do majority of the writing. And I would tell him sometimes, we work well together. I would tell him how I want the track, and we would make it blend and mesh well together. So I would constantly just write about life experiences and things I've seen, and just living life as a teenager, because I was in like my late teens, early 20s. I was just about to graduate high school. I think it was like 17 or so when I first got into it. And I started doing shows. Like, I literally booked a few shows at different venues throughout Baltimore and all, and people came out and seen me. They came out, supported me. It was a lot of fun. It was a great experience for me because it gave me the stage presence that I felt I needed, and also just the ability to work with a crowd and to see who was paying attention to what I was doing. And people really started to take notice, and I just kept it going. I took a break for a while, and then when I came back, I decided, this was years later, I decided I wanted to make like an album. So I recently just came out with an album called Ron Travis. Last October, it was released on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, all these great, websites. And, it pretty much takes you into my life. I tell you a little bit about me. I didn't dive too heavy in it, but I gave people at least a little taste of who I am as an artist. So that's a really good album. You can check it out on iTunes. Those who love hip hop, I really suggest it, because I don't look at myself as just as a rapper. I really consider myself like a hip hop MC. And people who recently even started working with me, various producers, they even said that without me saying it. They're like, Ron, he's a different type of guy. He's not just your average rapper. Not knocking anything from them, but just saying I come from a different perspective. I don't sound like anybody else, so I'm not trying to carbon copy or mimic anyone. I'm just being me, and I'm bringing things back to how hip hop really was. So I'm like a hip hop artist. I consider myself an MC. And right now I'm coming out with the album Media Mogul is the title, and I dive a little bit more deeper into who I am as an artist. And I also tell them, the life that I'm in and also where I want to go. So I'm giving you more like a present to futuristic look into how I am as a person, but as an artist. And I write my own music. I really enjoy the process. I'm always writing whatever I see. Just like with movies, it's whatever I see. I write things off of real life, true life stories, real people I've met, different situations I've been in. I never sit and try and make anything up, and I think that that's been my key and a blessing to me. I always take things that are really true, and they're inspirational for me. I look at that as my inspiration. So anything you ever hear from me has always been real. That's one thing I try to bring. I try to make sure it's real. It's not fake, and it's not made up. It's not fiction. I always try to come across as a real artist. Give people something like that.
To those who pass me by, thanks for the opportunity. To those who talk about how I wasn't this and wasn't that, thanks for the advertisement. To those who look down on me, thanks for paying attention. Did I forget to mention all the years that I was stressing was actually a blessing in disguise. Wolfing sheep. To those who look down on me, thanks for paying attention. Did I forget to mention all the years that I was stressing was actually a blessing in disguise. Wolfing sheep's closed into your eyes. Many guys living bullshit and lies. Truth ain't in you, truth be told, I offend you, cause I ain't what you're used to, and that's just being truthful. I ain't got nothing to prove, I'll make my own rules and move, I'll make your girl pick and choose, the real nigga, not he'll figure out where.
Alright, so I'm here to do a little interview with my man Ron Gillis. I called him the DRG, the director, you know what I mean? That dude right there. I met him like way back. It was like 2000. I remember when he just getting out of high school. Straight out of high school. And see, I'm married to his cousin. Well, we getting married, so we already said we husband and wife next year. We officially walk down there and do that thing. But on the Ron tip, man, it's like he was graduating high school, and I'm a little older than him. So I've been around the world and seen certain things, and I take to him, and he was cool because he got ideas. You know, he's things that I saw him as a young dude that he had purpose and promise and stuff that, you know, a good dude, good-hearted dude. So when you see a good-hearted dudes in the world and females and young boys and girls and peeps, old, whatever, you try to gravitate to them, hold on to them because you want to learn something, and it's a positive change that you start.
What's good? Now I'm better. What's good? Now I'm better. What's good? Now I'm better. Envy me, yeah, whatever. What's good? Now I'm better. A movie director, I ain't no spicy. Write my own material like Tyler Perry. Own my own company like Oprah Winfrey. Always knew that I would be all that I could be to everybody, but I ain't in the army. You'll see what I see if you look more closely. I keep a close circle to me, close to me mostly. Perfect because of my appeal, most approach me. Charm most likely, attract so likely. So wanna be in and wanna keep my company. Because of my $1 million smile, I'm friendly. Who push the wrong buttons and the beat comes out of me. Testy, I ain't egoistic, but do not test me. Could get messy, breaking all the rules within me. It needs opposites attract. Ron G and the Leah, the Ron Travis album. Listen close, but we're the same in how we act. The new Bonnie and Clyde, together we ride. I protect, you provide. Got my back, I'm by your side. We're power couple, body double, like in the movies. Nickname Hollywood.
Here we go.
You took no reservation to this destination. So come on, baby girl, much to do. Can't keep you waiting. Opposites attract each other. That's the way it is. Opposites attract each other. We handle our biz.
Opposites attract each other. That's the way it is. Opposites attract each other. We handle our biz. Opposites attract each other. We do it by ourselves.
What's up, man?
You want a grungy electric or do you want a clean and jazzy?
Grungy.
So hi, I'm Ryan. I was a compliment for Ron's new track, So Real. I got introduced to Ron by Thomas. He's one of Ron's friends, and he's like, "Hey, you want to download a track?" And I was like, "Sure, let's do that." And then I was like, "Okay, well, I don't know what I'm getting myself into." And then I walked into the studio, and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing." And it was funny because then I met Rob for the first time and he's like, "This is what you're singing," and I was like, I don't even know the melody, but we'll figure it out. So we're trying to rush through, and it all came out good. I mean, I think it went really well. I think we only did like 2 takes of mine, so it was it added up really well, better than I expected. So there's definitely more in the future, so I'm very excited about that. The CD is amazing. You should go download it on iTunes and download it. It's amazing. Tell all your friends. Keep it real, and we'll see you soon. And I think Ron's got a couple live performances coming up, so hopefully I can do the song one time if I'm not busy. And just kind of let me know when it would come in. Okay.
White Star, yeah, I got my money going right into the real star. Who knew this be me? Who knew that these niggas trade by 33? Man, I feel the thrill. I can't lie. I don't feel like
So real, so real. It feels like it's so real. Was a dream, now I'm screaming, man, my life is surreal, but it's real, it's so real. It feels like it's surreal. Once was dreaming now.
So I gotta do it quicker, but
but
something like that. Okay.
Is this one you're singing on? So where's the hook? Let's say hypothetically it's right here. What are you singing?
So real, so real. It feels like it's so real. Once was dreaming, now I'm screaming, man, my life is so real, but it's real. Once I'm dreaming.
Oh no, it'd be something like that.
You got 2 chords. You only get 2 chords in this thing.
So real. It's real. Was so real.
Oh, I messed up. Sorry. So it comes in quick.
Real was once dreaming, now I'm screaming, my life is so real, so real, so real.
Taking that so going.
Party kid, I knew him. That's the same guy who said years ago that one day he would be an MC. No one's talking to him. Made good on my promise. What I wanna do, I'm doing. Yeah, that Bronte kid, I knew him. That's the same guy who said years ago that one day he would be an MC. Real, surreal.
Real, so real, like cereal. I was dreaming now, dreaming my life so real. I'm real, so real. It feels like it's cereal. Was once dreaming now, but screaming my life is so real, so real, so real.
Misfortune to good fortune.
Yo, it's your boy Rail coming in straight to the Ron document. Check him out, you know what I'm saying? Ron T. Gillis, going worldwide, DC to worldwide, you know what I'm saying? This is what we do. Where should I'm gonna just cut straight to the chase, you know what I'm saying? This music runs through our blood, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the family well talented, but it's a few selections that is talented in the music, you know what I'm saying? Ron, my cousin, bloodline, you know what I'm saying? Cool guy, cool person to know. Really, he tries his best to help out others that need to be helped. You know what I'm saying? He's there. He's never afraid to give a helping hand, and like never afraid to speak his mind. That's one thing about him. Basically, all I want to say is that he's going far in life, and like it's a lot of people who haven't recognized talent. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he got talent, and not only talent, he got inspiration. He's like a big mentor, you know, an idol. He's an idol to certain people. He's an idol to me. You know what I'm saying? I look up to him. It's like different routes I need to go. He's, you know what I'm saying? He give me some advice, like, you know, like, cuz, do what you gotta do, keep your head up, you know, give me some quotes. He was there. But so far as family wise, we do this. We do this. It is coming straight to the documentary. Be checking us out. The Gillis family, man. Gillis family. It's a movement. 2-side BSC, RELL. Shout out cousin Ron. We on it. Oh yeah, I forgot to touch one thing. We got a couple songs coming out. Y'all be sure to go check out that Feelings, you know what I'm saying? That one of the hardest songs on the album. If you ain't with it, man, hey, I think it's going to open a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? People that like have feelings for that special someone, or somebody that has a particular feeling that they have inside that they can't express. You know what I'm saying? That's what the song is for. But
yeah, so ever since I was a child, I always knew I wanted to be in the entertainment industry. And as far as I could think back was when I was 7 years old. I used to watch The Box. It was like a cable network that showed music videos all day, and you could pay like $1.99 or 99 cents for a song to be played on it while you're watching it, and they'll play the video and all on TV. And I was always at my grandmother's house during the summertime, and I would watch it, just me by myself. I would entertain myself, but I would always say to myself, I'm sitting there looking at it like, I could do that. And I was literally remember telling myself that at the age of like 5, 6, 7 years old. I was so intrigued by the musicians and the rappers and just all that was out at the time, the rock and roll bands and all of them. And I would just remember saying to myself, no matter what, I was like, I could do that. One day I'm gonna do it. And whenever video awards would come on, like the Billboards or the Grammys or anything like that, I will always be sitting right there watching it like I'm gonna one day be on that stage, because whatever they're doing, I know I could do. And what I would do is put on shows for my parents and for my aunts and uncles and my grandma. So I would recruit like my cousins and my brother. Once he came along, I would make them perform with me. And it's kind of funny because I would always say, all right, we gotta dress up, we gotta go out there, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna sing these songs, we're gonna dance like this. And I would always have it all together. And they would kind of complain sometimes, but after I got the ball rolling, they'd be all right, well, they were cool with it. And I was just like, it was just fun for me. And it came naturally, even at that age. I was a young kid, but music started to come naturally for me. In elementary school, I started playing the trumpet, singing in the choir, and I just knew from then on, I was like, this is what I want to do. Finish with nothing, that way you don't have to worry about adding it, because I only have about another maybe 8 lines, but I could just do it a cappella. Or see my name's on the scoreboard. This is what I have to live for. Oh, this is what I have to live for? Okay, gotcha. Or see my name's on the scoreboard. This is what I have to live for. Mind this well, set out and get more. Take notes and learn from me, bro. Ain't got jokes and shit for free, bro. And yeah, yo, I reap what I sow. Yeah, and I practice what I preach, bro. And you feel, okay. No, I'll just, you know what? Let me do that one more time. I'm gonna end on the practice what I preach. I'm not gonna say the rest.
Okay.
Or see my name's on the scoreboard. This is what I have to live for. Mind this way, so I'll get more. Take notes and learn from me, bro. Ain't got jokes, say shit for free, bro. And yeah, yo, I reap what I sow. And I practice what I preach, bro. Or see my name's on the scoreboard. This is what I have to live for. Mind this way, so I'll get more. Take notes and learn from me, bro. Ain't got jokes, say shit for free, bro. And yeah, yo, I reap what I sow. And I practice what I preach, bro.
What to do, Studio V. Up in the lab with my man Ron G. In here working on this album that my man's putting together. Straight fire, you know what I mean? Reminds me of that real hip hop. Ain't a lot of that real hip hop out here, man. My man is representing to the fullest. You know what I mean? Been doing this for a long time, blood, sweat, and tears, man. Baltimore, you already know what it is. Studio V. Hit me up on SoundCloud, Studio V Beats, just Google me, everything will come up, man. 410 Baltimore, one love.
Right on the very first, beat. Okay. Okay. Alright, that works. There's two sides to every story, try hard not to bore me. I got a short attention span and you got nothing for me. This is a monologue, change that to monologue. Gotta be clear cause at times my mind been in the fog. Gotta go for a jog, save your jogging y'all. Moving your lips, talking shit to saying what you saw. Only what you hear, fuck that, let's make it clear. I'm only here for one thing is why I'm here. I step to you, my dear, ain't got nothing to fear. I say what most of y'all think, at times and be sincere. I take control and steer, DOI with no beer. So run and tell him Runty heard it, but he don't care. That's the word. Hold up, I screwed it up a little bit before. Okay, I'm ready,
Don't care. That's the word. Lines not blurred. Read between them. What it said was said. Simple and plain. And I mean them. You want the story? Here's the inside edition. What I write first hands, and they listen. Yeah. So that was that. All right. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna do for the. Can I come out and hear him do his chorus, and that way I'll finish up with that. That way the next verse.
Okay.
Rumors, you think you know about me, really don't know about my story. So I'ma give it to you now. No cutthroat addressing all the haters. Speak one day and talk about me later. Just gonna stay on my grind. I'm gonna do it again.
What I write first hand, and they listen.
Rumors, you think you know about me, really don't know about my story. So I'ma give it to you now. No cutthroat addressing all the haters. Speak one day and talk about me later. Just gonna stay on my grind.
My ears burning, somebody's talking, watching while I'm.
Yeah, I got the honor to meet Ron G about a couple months ago with my sister Brittany. She actually does modeling and everything, so we linked up kind of that way, you know, got to know each other more, got to get to see our music, you know, our music points of view and all that. So we got to talking more, and we got to develop a song called Rumors, which is a dope song, which I think it didn't take me no time to make it. But yeah, I look forward to making more music with him and getting to know him more, you know, and building a good relationship and seeing where the future comes. Yeah, I remember when we did the modeling shoot, and I was kind of intimidated. I ain't gonna lie. Ron's a good model, and that's what, you know, that I paid attention to, how dedicated he was to his image. You know, I like people that like to take things seriously. So that's what made me be like, let me learn about this guy, see what this guy's about. So after that, you know, click, modeling, music here and there. Hopefully I'll become an artist for his label. We had talked about it, so hopefully that's in the works so we can do, you know, more music together and see where the future goes for us.
I've known Ron for a few years. I can't think how many years it's been because time flies by so many times, but Ron is actually a cool person. He reminds me kind of myself, but he does, I don't know, this dude got like so many different aspects, from music to modeling to acting and, you know, entrepreneurs as myself. So, you know, you should hang around with people like yourself. So I always talk to Ron about, you know, advices on different things that me and him might run into as far as like the business aspect that we both can relate to. Try and juggle my mind and think of stuff to say about this brother, but he's a real good brother, man. Like I said, a real good guy to have on your team for just about, you like a mentor, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. All right, cool, yeah. Oh yeah, you can stop whenever you want to. Well, actually, I got something to say. Yeah, so we're in Hot Track Studio, as y'all know. This is where we make the hot tracks. You know, we made Ron Travis' album. You know, I love being in the studio, man. You know, this is what I do. Write songs, come to the studio, record. That's just what we do. So look out for the Ron Travis album. You know, I've been making music ever since early 2000s. You know, just get better from here. So, you know, check it out. With my album Ron Travis, I named it that because that's my first and middle name. And like I was saying, you know, I gave people a little bit of me. You know what I mean? When you really listen to the album, I'm one of those artists where I try to tell people, you gotta listen to what I'm saying. You know, I know a lot of people are so busy and got a lot going on, and when they turn on a song, they turn on music, they just hear the music. They hear a whole bunch of stuff, they listen to the beat, they're not really paying close attention to the lyrics. Some people do, but I'm saying in majority, they really don't. That's why I know this. So I always tell people, listen to my lyrics, because I took a lot of time to write, and I really say some things in my songs that, you know, people who get to know me, they can say, oh, I pinpoint that. Like,
it's relatable. You know, I get where he's coming from. I've been there, or I know someone like that, or just something like that. Or they just say, yeah, I can see that in him. Like, you know, I know Ron G, you know, the artist, and, you know, what he's saying is true. Like, I noticed that for years, or just something like that. So I always say, just listen to my lyrics, you know. That's why I say that's the difference between a hip-hop artist, an MC, and or a rapper. It's like, you know, rappers, they could just, you know, do whatever, but hip-hop artists, they really pay close attention to their words and their word play and what they're saying and how things are being said and stories that are being told. And that's pretty much what I did with the Ron Travis album as well as the Media Mogul album. So the people I chose to work with on Ron Travis too, you know, these are up-and-coming artists. Some of them are really good friends of mine, like Philip Carter. He's a really great singer from Edgewood, Maryland. Him and I worked on a song called Rumors, and it's like, it's really good. And you know, his voice blending in with my rhymes and all, it sounds really good together. We've been working on some more songs together. And Ryan Rober, who's another singer, he's you know, from Annapolis, Maryland, and it's like Nalia Walls, Leah. She's a really good friend of mine. She lent her voice to the track, Opposites Attract. And it's like, you know, I like to work with people who are up and coming, who, you know, want to break into the industry. Of course, I'll work with anybody, but I really like to work with people like that because you're giving the industry a new taste, something that they've never seen before, someone that they never maybe not have heard of before, but yet these people got a lot of talent. So, you know, I like to work with people like that. And yeah, you know, it's just pretty much, I just like to put out really good music, man. You know, I look at things like, you know, music is everything. Music is the world's communication, I think. It's a universal language. You know, you can communicate really well through music, and that's how I like to do it. That's why I pay close attention to what I'm saying and what I'm writing, and hopefully it translates over into that in my rhymes and in my songs. While recording the Ron Travis album, that album was a long time actually in the making for me. I was writing for a while. I would say, I know I was writing for at least 2 years prior to recording that album. But the album just kind of came about right in 2014 when I decided, okay, I think I have the songs that I want to record, and I think I'm ready to record this album. I wanted it to be, you know, professionally sounded album. I wanted, you know, to express certain things in all of my songs. Not a very long album, 7 songs, but each song I wanted it to be right. You know, naturally you want it to be right. So I just took my time, and for about 2 years I wrote the album, and then recorded it from the beginning of 2014, and the album was released in October of 2014. I recorded the album at Hot Track Studio, and just had a lot of fun, you know, making that album. It was me expressing a lot of things that I wanted to say, musically, sonically. It's a very personal album. I mean, like, my favorite song on the album, I would say, would probably be Price of Fame. But that's just because of what I'm talking about in the album and what I'm talking about on that song. So yeah, it's definitely you know, I would say a really great project of mine. Really proud of it. I started out with my acting career in theater. I was doing theater at the Arena Playhouse in Baltimore, Maryland, under the direction of Mr. Donald Owens, who's a great theatrical teacher of mine. And I started doing a few plays. I was in The Curious Savage with my very first acting ever, my very first play, my very first anything. Then I started doing plays like Fences. I did Ragtime the Musical, which is an off-Broadway play, and I've done so many, Death by Chocolate, so many other ones that I can't even name because it's been so long and I've done so much of them. And from there on, I caught the acting bug. And this was around 2003, 2004 when I started acting and all. And from there on, I actually went out and did a student play for someone at Towson University in Towson, Maryland. I I auditioned and got the part to play a guy in a student film. And once I finished that film, I went home, and I remember it was like 3 in the morning, 3 a.m. I sat down with a piece of paper and just started writing. And I wrote my very first script, By Any Means Necessary, that night. All that night. Like, I didn't go to bed probably until 7 in the morning because I was up writing for about 4 straight hours. But it's because of that I got that inspiration. And I was like, oh man, like I just had it in me. And I was like, I have stories that I feel as though need to be told that aren't being told through Hollywood, because I'm a big movie buff and I just wasn't seeing any of this in Hollywood, like true life stories about real people without a whole bunch of fictition in it, you know. So I wrote that, and from then on I made a movie after that. I made Karma, then I made In Due Time, and then I made Student, which J. Mitch Productions and I worked on together. And then finally I made Air, the movie Air. Just made that last year. And you know, I've just been making a lot of independent film, but they all tell really good independent stories about real life people with real life struggles, with everyday situations, and how to overcome things and how to be victorious. And it has some inspiration in it, has some struggles, has some trial and error. It has so much stuff that everybody has dealt with one way or another in their life. And I just try and incorporate that into my movies. You know, I try to make it as real as possible, but I always try to give people some sort of inspiration in the end too. I don't leave people hanging. I don't like to just let it be, oh, you know, that's okay, that's it, just cut, you know, and then that's it. I always try to let people know, you know, other ways of getting around stuff and getting over things and being victorious and all. So, you know, with my company, Ron Travis Gillis Productions, that's what we do. And in movies, you know, I try to push the envelope. I'm always thinking outside of the box, so I'm always like looking for a new idea, a new way of telling the story. If you watch my movie Student, you'll see J. Mitch Productions and my company, we came together and we decided to shoot the movie in segments, which is something that was actually never ever done before. So if you watch it, you'll see like the title of this portion of the movie, and then we're only focusing on that. So for instance, if you'll watch it, you'll see it'll say something like Papers. You know, the movie is titled Student, but we're saying Papers. Well, we're talking about money issues, paper, things like that nature. You know, if you'll see another title, it could be titled something else. We're talking about that, like lessons. You know, it's titled Lessons, but in that segment, we're talking about different lessons that are learned, different things someone has been through. So we innovated a different way of movie making in a way, because honestly, I've never seen that way before, and I'm a movie buff, so I think that was pretty good, you know, of us to come up with that idea and to just put it out there like that. And the movies are really good. You know, I've heard great feedback from it. People really like the realness of it, like the rawness of it, how we were out there in the snow filming scenes to get things shot. We were out there in the rain, pouring down rain, and we were getting a shot outside on the bus stop because we needed to get that shot to show the real life that people were going through, not nothing fake and fiction. You know, yeah, we're acting, but this is real life that we're dealing with. You know, people deal with that every day. So, and in my writing, you know, I'll just write from the heart. So, like I said, I'm a writer, I'm a producer, I'm a director, and I'm an actor. So I know I wear a lot of hats. The ones I enjoy the most out of the 4, I would say honestly, is the writing and the acting, probably. Directing, it's a close second, but the producing part, maybe not really my favorite, but I know it has to be done. But yeah, so I do all 4. But with acting, I just love it. You know, it's another thing that God has blessed me with. I believe that it's just another one of my gifts, and I just think it's amazing that He blessed me with all 3 of these. They tie into the same umbrella of things to do, but yet they're all under the same umbrella, and they're all in the same industry in some way or another, although they're very different, but they're still under that big umbrella. And I just thank God for blessing me with that. That's how I knew that this was for me. You know, I knew that this is what I was supposed to be doing because you know, He blessed me with the ability to act, to model, to rap, you know, to write music, to direct, to produce, to do a lot of things where it's like I said, it's all under one, but yet it's still separate, but it's still one big conglomerate. And I just look at it like it's such a blessing because I love doing it. It comes naturally. Sure, I run into writer's block and I run into problems and different ways of doing things like everybody else, but it still is something that I feel as though it's natural and it's my calling. I know it's my calling. I knew it ever since I was a child. I just decided to pursue it and go on with it. So, I'm just enjoying it, and I'm going to continue to keep on putting out great work, great qualities, work with some substance to it. And, Ron Travis Gillis, that's what we're doing.
Hi, I'm Donald Owens. I'm the artistic director of the Arena Players, the oldest continuously operating African American community theater. And we're right here in Baltimore, Maryland. Okay. We have a main stage, and right now we're doing the Amen Corner. We have a youth theater, one of the largest in the country, with alumni such as Tracy Toms, Damon Evans, Devon Young. Large arrangements. We have had a lot of actors who come to visit us, actors who are even performing on the stage, including Charles Dutton. We've had some really interesting students who have become actors, filmmakers, directors. Ron Gillis, I think it was in 2002 that I first met him. He became a student of mine. Very interesting in that he had no preconceptions of what he couldn't do, which left him open, and that's a joy for a teacher, which left him open to try anything. He did not believe in can't, so he didn't build any walls against the possibilities of doing something really good. I directed him in Curious Savage, and that was all in all a very interesting and very good experience. I think he learned a lot. I learned a lot from each of the actors, and including Ron. He's performed in several other works, and he has been just good, just good. Now, he's also a filmmaker. I have seen some of his films, and each one gets better and better. And that in itself, that's encouraging, because it means he's not stagnant, he's not blocked himself in where he can't learn or try something different. And this, for an artist, is essential. You must be able to come out of that box. You must be able to experience things, taking the chance to do it. And for that, that's good. That's really good. Because a lot of us, we sit around and we'll say what we would like to do. We sit around and we'll say what we wish we had done instead of just doing it. There's nothing, and I hope I say this correct, but I remember my grandfather telling me when I decided that I was going to go and join this all-white company down in Virginia, he said, well, nothing beats a failure but a try. Well, I joined the company. I explained to them at the nice, bright age of 16 that I don't play butlers. I don't play the hard help. And the next thing I know, they had me in plays. So again, that sort of thing, and that's what inspires me. And it inspires me a great deal about Ron, because he will call and say, Mr. Owens, I'm doing a film. Not Mr. Owens, should I do a film, or Mr. Owens, it's like, I'm doing a film. If you can say that, then you can do it. Over the period of time, if you watch his works, you can see where they have improved. Because of course, with anything, it's a learning. But he has also surrounded him with people in his cast who have faith in him, and that's real important. You don't want your actors walking around thinking, well, he might not know what he's doing, or he doesn't know what he's doing. They walk around instead saying, well, that's interesting. Huh? I hadn't thought of that. Well, let's try that. That's calling that director a person of inspiration, and that's very important also. He can inspire. He's good with psychology even when he doesn't know it, and that's good. That's good, because People all have different personalities, and you have to know how to address each of those personalities in order to get great results. I think he does that. I think he does that. I'm glad that we have a foundation here for him at Arena Players. He can always come here. He can always ask questions. Because if you're here and you go out and you do something, then that's, to us, is owl spreading our wings. So it's a very selfish thing. You know, it's very selfish. You know, we can say, yeah, he was an arena player. You know, see what arena players can do. So Ron, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so, you know, I actually met Ron a few years ago when I came out to audition for Karma. And, like, I was, you know, kind of working on some of the things before, you know, like photography-wise. But I was kind of wondering, like, you know, what acting would do. So I actually ended up going to his audition for Karma. And I got in, and so we kind of started working together then. And we actually found that, you know, working together through the whole process, the people, like actors that we went through, like we actually realized that we had like similar minds, you know. And so from that, you know, I actually became a little more than an actor on the set. Actually, helping produce and, you know, helping find different spots to film a lot of scenes and things like that. And it's from that, you know, I actually learned how much more Ron was an amazing, not just actor, but model, like independent artist. Like some of the music he coming out with now, it's amazing. Like his album will drop really soon, and definitely, you guys should definitely go get it. It's amazing, you know. And you know, and it's so funny too, because, you know, I, like, for the longest time I had this dream of, you know, becoming a fashion photographer, and like I actually started off photography, you know, a few years ago, working at Light Touch doing school portraits. That was where I like first started out from. And after that, I worked on cruise ships. But, you know, I was like, man, I really want to be a fashion photographer. And I was like, how can I make this happen? And the thing is, it's like, it's so easy. People just, they let their dreams, what they have, you know, just drop because they just give up. And really, all I did, and all Ron did too, we were living our dreams. Basically, what we did, we just believed. It may sound cheesy, but but you see what we're doing now, you know. I mean, if you had a dream that's, you know, you just kind of let drop, I mean, whose fault is that? You always point fingers to somebody else, but really it's your fault. Because you just kind of, you had a dream, but you just let it drop. And really all it is just like takes a little bit of belief and confidence in yourself and just working hard. I mean, there were plenty of times when Ron and I wanted to give up, you know. I mean, it's like sometimes we're people we work with and, you know, kind of trying to find more serious people to work with. It wasn't really happening, but we never gave up, and that's the biggest thing. Like I kind of use an example all the time. It's like when we watch Peter Pan. Like what happens when they sprinkle the fairy dust on either Wendy, John, or Michael? They fly. It's because they think happy thoughts. I mean, that's the exact same kind of thing. You know, like I said, it may sound cheesy, but, you know, if you look at, like, you know, people who are unsuccessful, people who are successful. You should ask people who are successful what they do. It's like really what they probably will say to you is that they just believed in themselves and believed in what they were doing and had to believe that they were going to be doing bigger and better things. You know, I mean, you are the only one in your way stopping you to be in the way of your dreams. I have another great example too. My one friend, I won't name names since, you know, I don't want him to be embarrassed or anything like that, but he wanted to be a fashion photographer as well. But he actually sent in, you know, like a letter or email to Nigel. He's Tyra Banks' photographer on America's Next Top Model, and he said something about, he said he was, you know, he wasn't good enough or something like that, and he just stopped. And so when I started working for the magazine, I said, oh hey, I have this great guy who like knows a lot about his fashion photography, probably even more than I do. And I wanted to ask him, like, hey, you know, you want to come shoot for the magazine? I asked him to come shoot for the magazine. He said no, he doesn't shoot anymore. He gave up on himself, gave up on his dreams, and that's just, you know, I just don't understand it. But beyond that, you know, we actually we're continuing to do more as always. You know, doing photography, music videos, music, you know, Ron's music, you know. And the thing is, it's like if you want to work with us, you have to have that same mentality as us, because honestly, we don't like we're very positive. That's number one. We work hard too, you know. And I see we don't understand anyone who doesn't want to be a part of something big like this, you know, because even though we're just starting out, eventually once we're getting there, once we get to the place that we want to be, and you don't jump on right now, you're gonna be sorry that you didn't, you know. I mean, just be completely honest with you guys right now. I'm just really very honest because we've been through a lot together. A lot of different people, different actors, different musicians, you know, people who aren't serious, and you know, it's time for us to kind of move past that and not chase down the people who don't want the same things that we want, because it just kind of keeps holding us back. And now it's time to break free of those chains. You know, we're gonna keep going and just going forward. And so from that, we're actually also looking for, you know, models to model for the magazine that I work for as well. It's called Keeping It Real magazine, and it's run by Kimberly and Ed Davis. Great people, by the way, really great people. And we're always looking for new models and upcoming models as well. And be ready to be trained, because Kimberly, she knows her stuff. She's about not just about, you know, getting in the shot, but also about like creating your image as a model, and also what it really takes. Because many people probably think like modeling is easy, but it's really not. It's really tough work. So if you come to one of our shoots, you know, you're ready to work. But I assure you that it's definitely well worth it. And I'm the photographer for that, so I'll be doing, you know, all the photography and the Photoshop for that as well. So I just say definitely come out for that too. And yeah, and also Ron is the director as well. So he directs a lot of, you know, different movies, and he's a screenwriter too. So like I said again, he has many talents. Like he's like, I'm amazed by him, to be honest. You know, and like I'm so happy to work with him and to continue to work with him and do great things. So just keep looking out for us. You know, we're gonna be doing a lot more coming up here real soon. And if you want to, you know, email us or send us a message on Facebook, just, you know, let us know. I mean, we're open to great ideas, any ideas, you know. I mean, no idea is a stupid idea, honestly. It's like, it's all you have to do is like ask, or just say what you want to do, and we'll always listen, you know. So yeah, I just want to say, you know, just keep an eye out for us, you know, because we're gonna be doing some big things very soon. Thanks.
So what's up, fellas?
What's going on, Bob?
Hey, man.
So you've been in New York?
Yeah, you know, been out doing what I had to do for me.
That's right, baby.
That's right.
So I see not even the Big Apple can hold you down.
That's right. I come to realize that if you keep knocking, someone will answer.
And you believe that mess?
Listen, man, that's someone. Tell him that someone isn't some casting director or some agent who claims they got all the connects. Nope. Someone is God.
Like I said, he's out pursuing his goals. Something you know nothing about.
Oh, so I know nothing about that.
Yeah. It's funny how no one loved me as a broke, struggling actor, but how easily things change because of God. And I was able to go to New York. Casting directors want me for one of their sitcoms.
Okay, I've known Ron for a number of years. To be honest, we actually worked together at Chick-fil-A, my very first job. I think I might have been 17 or 18 years old, and I think since we're similar in ages, I think he probably was about the same age. I've known him that long, and I met him at the time, but because we worked together, we were getting to know each other. Along the years, though, I've gotten to know him a lot more because we hung out, we did go out together. We he was my first and only roommate. I've only had one roommate ever, and he was, we lived together for 2 years. It was a great roommate, was barely there, so that was fantastic. But that's the best type of roommate to have. But on a serious note, I was there when he started to think about focusing more on his craft. Actually, I do remember his first movie. I want to say it's By Any Means Necessary, because I know I helped him set up the prop, the sets. We had to put out candles in the bathroom and do a couple of things, clean up the apartment because we had people come in. But it was fun. It was a fun experience. It actually exposed me a little bit to acting because it was a very short scene that we filmed in the house, but it took a little while to actually get everything together and get the takes right. But it's pretty much been wonderful. I think I've actually met his family as well, his brother and his sister, because they did come by occasionally. But he's somebody I've known a long time, somebody I consider a very good friend of mine. And I've seen some of his recent work, and it seems to be something that he seems to be going in the right direction. So I wish him all the best. I know he'll be successful, and make sure you call me when you get up there, man. I'm gonna call you for some tickets. So I would definitely need you for some tickets. But like I said, he's a fantastic individual. I've known him a long time, and like I said, with his craft, he seems to be very focused on it, and he seems to be expanding it and doing very well. So I definitely wish you all the best.
So I worked with Ron the other night on King Lear, and he was really good. It was his first time ever coming in to any of the rehearsals, and it was opening night. So the fact that he was able to just jump right on in and knew the stuff, he took direction really well and was able to get in with us. He fit in with the crowd really well, and he did a great job. He did his part, he did everything that he was told to do, and didn't complain when people were pushing him around. So very, very laid back, very fun to work with, and I look forward to working with him on A Christmas Carol with Wolfpack Theater Company.
Yo, Noah, you see that?
Do I?
So are you gonna do anything about it?
My name's Noah. I noticed you from across the room over there.
Autumn.
You always want me to be with you, to be hanging out with you all the time. I'm young, let me hang sometime.
I have to be with you. I know you have a girl, but I don't care. And I know you're my boss, and I've tried to be as professional as possible, but I have to let you know how I truly feel.
Noah has no heart anymore. You'd think he had another girl on the side.
Everyone knows I'm a catch.
Oh, I bet all this makes you happy, doesn't it?
I am right now. Noah, my man.
Hey, what's up? This is Kenyon Hunter, and I just want to take a few minutes to talk about my friendship with Ron Gillis, aka Ron G. Man, I think me and Ron go back to 2001. We were both working at CarMax, and I was going to Morgan State, so I was living in Baltimore at the time, and you know, just a real genuine cool cat, and we just kicked it and you know, had a good vibe off the rip. So obviously I figured, you know, this is somebody that I'll be cool with for a long time. And I remember one day he came up to me and said, hey man, I'm in a play, you want to come check it out? I had no idea Ron was even into acting. It was Ragtime the Musical, and I went and checked it out. I love to support friends, support people that support me, and just support your people in general. Checked it out, thought it was awesome. Ron did a great job, and I said, man, you know, if performing arts is your passion, if that's your dreams, just follow it, man. Follow your dreams, follow where your passion goes. I'm glad to see here we are approaching 2016. You know, Ron is pursuing and excelling and definitely living his dreams, and that's an awesome thing, and that's a blessing from God that he can still be doing that. So really happy for him. We still keep in touch over the years. I'm glad technology has allowed people to do that, even though I live here in Jersey, and I know we'll continue to keep in touch. I'll continue to support Ron as he continues to follow the path of his dreams. You know, it's just been an awesome ride. I just, you know, looking forward to continue to see him doing it, and glad I can be a part of it. You know, I figure like may consider me like a big brother figure, because we talk about everything from life to the world and where to live and, you know, work, all types of stuff. So, yeah, man, just continue to do it, man. Continue to keep pushing, put God first, keep a smile on your face like you always do, and I'm sure great things will continue to happen for you, man. And you know, whatever I can do or however we can support you out here, just let us know, and God bless.
I think back in 2005, 2006, Ron and I met during Ragtime, a production of Ragtime at Liberty Showcase Theater. It was a great production. Everyone who came to see it loved it. And, you know, we just became fast friends after that. I know, you know, during the production and after, you know, spent a lot of time together, and it was a really good time. And I just knew that, you know, the artistic side of Ron, and that he was trying to do so many different things and involved in so many different aspects, you know, from you know, the music, modeling, doing musical theater, doing theater itself. Yeah, it was really nice just to get to meet a fellow artistic soul. You know, so yeah, that's basically.
Never really know what's going on.
Gillis about 9 years now, and we also worked on, I believe the first film was Student. That was my first movie that I was in working with Ron, and like I said, we've known each other for quite some time now, so always just stay tuned on our upcoming projects, and he's a really good director, rapper, everything, and you'll see me alongside of Ron here and there, and supporting him in his projects, so stay tuned.
About how I was so right about people with no home training.
Look, girl, I had enough of your mouth. You say something else. Say something else.
And what are you going to do with that?
Now what's going on back there?
Not much, Professor. I know what this look like and all, but not too much, just a little bit.
I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave. Because you're disturbing the class.
Guys, I didn't come here for this. I'm here to earn my degree. I spent my last $147 for this class.
Let's pay attention to the lesson and not on each other.
That's what I'm saying. Shouldn't we just focus on each other in a more respectable manner or something? Look.
I helped Ron out with his movies. I did a lot of behind the scenes things. I helped him shoot videos, helped him shoot the music videos, helped him shoot movies. I acted in movies. I also, was in a music video with him. I did a lot of behind the scenes things. I helped set up, places, set up the props and stuff. I noticed Ron had a real good talent with his acting and music thing when we went to my old high school, and I saw him, and he had one of his friends help out, his friend's sister help out, and as soon as we said action, he went right into it, like it was nothing. So yeah, he wasn't no jitters or nothing. He just went right in and did his thing. I was like, yeah. This is something that he really likes, something he really likes to do, so, and you could tell he was comfortable, he was in his element, so.
I remember when I first met Ron Gillis, we were working on a job together, and I was really impressed because I said, here's a young man that looks like is going to be going somewhere in life one day. And when he told me that he was making movies, that really sparked my interest because I do poetry, and I talked to him about how many years that I've been doing poetry, and I would want to one day maybe do a poetry book or do something with my poetry. And he kind of encouraged me to continue doing it, and I would always share some of my poetry and my quotes with him, and I just try to be sort of like an encourager to him because he's much more younger than I am. So, matter of fact, I have children older than him, so I kind of took him under my wings and tried to encourage him, in every way that I could. And I've seen one of his movies, the one called The Student, and I was very impressed with that. And, it was very interesting to see how he put it together. And, everybody has a beginning in their career, and, it takes time, and I try to encourage him to be patient, and it does take time to become successful in a career. And I'm still encouraging Ron to, take his time and be a little patient, because it'll get here one day. One day, he's going to be very successful. Everybody has a beginning, and the beginnings are not always easy. So, Ron, I just want to encourage you to continue to do your movies, and of course, he did mention to me that he does modeling also, and I've seen a few pictures of him as a model, and that's the way to go. I mean, you know, don't be afraid to fail, and if you fail, just get up, brush yourself off, and keep going. So Ron, I want to encourage you to continue to do your thing, and you know, you're going to be rewarded one day, and it's going to be a big reward. And so I just want to congratulate you for being able to see things when you make your movies. I mean, writing poetry is a little bit different to me from making a movie, but I've learned a whole lot from you, and I just appreciate you being my friend. And anytime you need to talk to me or call me, just feel free to do that. Good luck, Ron, and I hope everything works out.
Hello, everyone. My name is Unica China Colbert. Depending on where you know me from. If you know me from the modeling world, I would be Unica. You know, from the acting world, I might be China. It just depends on the day. I am a Gemini, so you might not know who you're going to get. I met Mr. Ron T. Gillis at a movie. Actually, it was a cute story behind it. I was going through my emails that my agent at the time had sent me, and it said actress wanted for a movie. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, get my close up on. So I called, and I didn't get an answer, but he called me back. Now, what I thought was going to happen was I was going to have to go with my script and, you know, read and, you know, beat out all the other chicks, so I was going to get the part in my mind anyway. But when he called, he told me basically if I wanted to be, her name is Joanne, then I could be Joanne. And once I read the script, I was like, well, this is awesome. Midway through the film, a couple of things changed, so I got to go from being a goody two-shoes to being kind of sinister, kind of bad, you know, but I guess that was part of my deal because I am a Gemini, like I said. I get to be both parts of myself. Ron and I also, we work together as far as modeling. You should check out a couple of pictures. We got some hot ones together. We do work well together. If you've seen him, you know, he's a cutie pie. He is all booed up, so, you know, can't go there with him. But anyway, as far as the modeling goes, I know that he's serious about his craft. As far as his directing and everything, he's serious about that. When I came to the movie set, like, I was super, super nervous. I had never been on a set where I felt like kind of like I was the star, like, you know, like, here you go, do this. And I flubbed my lines a gazillion times, probably the first day. But afterwards, once he laughed with me, then I felt a little good. By the end, I wanted to keep going. Like, we could have added some more to it. I can't wait till the next one. Now I'm calling him, like, you know, movie coming up. So, he is your man with things like that. He's definitely good at that. On the modeling side, like I said, he's very professional. He's kind of quiet. When I first met him, I thought he was kind of like, I guess, a nerdy guy. Kind of nerdy. But once you get to know him, he has that little, I call it the, what is the name of the shirts? The Argyle sweater, white button-down type of guy. But then you might see him with some jeans and a t-shirt and you're like, oh, he can plug it up a little bit.
Writer, producer, and director Ron T. Gillis has taken a page from other notable black filmmakers like Spike Lee and Tyler Perry with his latest contribution. With many in Hollywood, it's the same old thing, but he says his stories have not been told.
Well, Karma is a story about relationships, and it's about particularly when you make certain choices within the relationship, the repercussions that come around. And there was a lot of stories that wasn't being told, in my opinion, through Hollywood. There were different stories, I should say, that I knew I wanted to watch. So I got together and told a bunch of friends a lot of ideas I had, and they were like, yeah, you know, those are great ideas. Well, you know, why don't we go ahead into filmmaking? And that's kind of put me on the track for making films. By Any Means Necessary is my first film, and that was made 3 years ago, And that is a story about actually trying to make it into the entertainment business. It's telling a story about a guy who's struggling. He's a struggling, aspiring actor. He's trying to make it. He has a lot of obstacles and a lot of roadblocks, but he never gives up, and he keeps on going until he makes it, and which is his ultimate goal, is to be an entertainer.
Gillis, a writer at heart, is no stranger to the tedious process of filmmaking.
Well, the independent filmmaking process is really a tedious process because you are the writer, director, producer, and even sometimes an actor, which I was all for in this film. So, you have to know a little bit of each position to be able to play them and to play them well. And it takes up a whole lot of, your time, and it takes tremendous amount of energy because you have to be able to put all this together and make the whole thing make sense and run the show. But I wouldn't change that for anything because you gives me the opportunity to be very creative, and it gives me the opportunity to tell a story that I want to tell, that I know others will want to see.
And he isn't quitting anytime soon.
Well, we're going to be actually working on Hagar, the Hagar Experience, with Takia Hinton. Well, that'll be our next movie that we're going to do. And then in the process, I'm also writing. I'm always writing, always getting something down on paper. So, we have a couple things in the works. I have a website, and that's either www.networking.ning.com, and that is the website they could reach me at. Also, they could call me at 443-559-1226.
This is Paulette Simone reporting for the Afro-American newspaper.
Ron Gillis. What can I really say about Ron Gillis that I'm sure most of his friends probably haven't already said? Intelligent, organized, aspiring, especially to myself. He really makes me want to better myself in the things that I want to do in life. And I find that once he left AAA, that was very courageous to me, and I can only imagine what it has actually done for him. I've had the privilege to help him with one of the films that he's actually produced. I had a role. I was a basketball player, of course, but I enjoyed the process. Ron was very accommodating, friendly, and I find that was very easy for him because that was the way he's always been since I've known Ron. Ron was someone you can actually walk up to that you don't even know them, and he will talk to you as if that he's known you for so many years. He's generous, not only monetary, but he's generous with his time, which for most people is far more valuable than any monetary amount that you can even think of. And he is very passionate about his religion. He includes that in so much, and it really shows, and it really helps him focus on what he wants to do. It helps him achieve his goals. I can honestly say that as a friend, as an associate, and as someone who will continuously be in Ron's life, that I'm glad that I was able to be here for the beginning. And I wish him the best luck, and I wish that I will be able to see the end result.
Let's see. I met Ron Gillis in 2005. We were both casted in a show at Mornington Players in Dundalk called Death by Chocolate. Yeah. And then we were in another show afterwards called The Visitor in the same place. Then I didn't see him for a long time. And then one day I learned that he had done a short. So I called him, or either I called him or sent him a message and say, "What happened? You treat me like a stepchild? Come on now, you didn't even call me." I got on him for a while about not calling me to be in his show. So I don't even know what the name of that show was, but eventually he did call. So yeah, that was In Due Time was the first time that I actually got to to work on a Ron Gillis production. And what's interesting about that too is that one of the persons that was also casted actually happened to be a co-worker of mine. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I haven't seen that one yet, but hey, I might get a chance to see it at some point. After that, we did The Student, and I got to pay the nice teacher. I was the teacher. I was gonna kick him out the class, but he got to stay. And then we did Air. And Air, I got to do a lot more with Air. I actually got to sit down and do some production, which was the first time for me. I think it was the first time for Ron too, because we were both lost. But we did, I think, put out a good piece of product. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. I had an interesting note about doing Air. You know, we did Air. We produced Air at my house. Overall, things went pretty good. Working with Ron is pretty okay for the most part. He's a real stubborn person. Psych. I'm kidding. No, he was quite easy to work with. I mean, I know there's directors out there who are hard, fast, and especially writers who you can't change a word because they want it the way they want it. But sometimes it's not like that, and I guess Ron could understand that sometimes, because we did have to change some lines around to make them fit, especially with the constraints we had for Air. Yeah, we had some constraints with Air. I can't say too much about the other ones because I wasn't in that much. So, yeah, I mean, he's a pretty cool guy. I look forward to working with him again, maybe in a more principal role. See, I'm trying to cheese me up just as well as I talk him up. So yeah, whenever he's ready, I'd definitely be ready to do some more work with Mr. Ron T. Gillis. Pretty good writer. He even wrote the song for Air. I was shocked. He's a little rapper too. He can rap, he can write, he can act sometimes. No, he's a pretty good actor. And probably be successful one day. So when you make it, Ron, don't forget me. Because I'm still trying to make it. I know I'm old, so I can play all the daddy roles, so don't forget me.
Sorry, Elijah. It hurts. Please don't me.
What is it?
Open it. So $1 billion, Elijah.
I don't want it.
Elijah.
What?
Elijah, this is the last girl meets you in here.
That's okay. I've been fine the way I was before, and I'll continue to be fine now.
Elijah.
I've known Ron since maybe about 2006, 2007, and we did a show called Ragtime with a local theater company, and it was awesome. Like, we had a really good time. That was the first time I had ever worked with him, and then after that our relationship stayed, and I actually ended up working with his sister later when we did Enchanted Sleeping Beauty, and his sister was in the play, so he was around. And then for a while there, kind of like, we hadn't seen each other, and we weren't working or anything. And then with me in my job, I kind of had like put theater to the side. In regard to adult theater, I really started doing children's theater, and directing and producing those. And then we reconnected with Ron, and he said he needed someone to be a store clerk in one of his short films, and I was like, yeah, absolutely,
So that was fun, and so we did that, and that took like maybe like 30 minutes, but it was 2 shots. And then he actually asked me to do the chorus to this on the soundtrack to the movie, and that was really fun, especially recording it and like getting to know his taste in music, and then his rap style and chorus and how it all kind of went together, and it's a good song. And then after that we did another film, and he asked me to be one of the characters. Actually, I played the mother, his mother. We actually never meet in the movie. It's a short film, but it was fun. It was the actors that he hired were all fabulous. It was just a really nice experience. He's always professional, and sometimes he puts out on Facebook he needs this, or he needs this person for this. I'm like, I'm ready, whatever, So it's just been awesome, and yeah.
When I was asked to comment on working with Ron, my first thought was unbelievably talented, and one of those people that it's just a pleasure to work with, because you're so taken by his level of talent. But he's also an all-around good guy. He is grounded, and he knows who he is, he knows what he's doing, and all those qualities are going to take him far. He's one of those people that I want to say, I'm glad I knew when, or I knew back when, and looking forward to seeing what the future holds. This is a young man who truly is blessed. He knows where his blessings come from, and just looking forward to seeing what the future holds, and glad I'll be able to say I knew Ron back when. So thanks, Ron, for working with me. We worked in community theater, we've worked on a little short film together, worked on some music video, and hopefully there's more to come. Glad to know you, Ron. Glad to call you friend, and looking forward to what the future holds. And I know it's full of blessings. So all the best to you.
When I was 23 is when I first got started in modeling, and I went out to DC to do an audition, and it was just for some agency, and they were recruiting models. So I went out there, and I really just stood in the long line. Finally got my shot, walked in there, and from then on I just wanted to be a part of modeling. And they wanted us to do some sort of fashion show, and I was picked, and I went back there to do the show a couple weeks later, and from then on I just loved to do it. And then I noticed the more I took pictures, because I was always so comfortable in front of the camera, it came kind of naturally to me. And I was like, let me keep this up, let me give it a try. So I started modeling for like a few friends. They would want to take pictures. We would take a lot of pictures. I would upload them on the computer. And then eventually I was like, maybe I should start taking this a little more seriously. So I decided to go ahead and really look into taking it seriously. Years later, started doing it more professionally. So just recently I got signed to Wilhelmina Modeling Agency, which is a really highly respectable modeling agency, and been doing work for them. I've been working with various professional photographers like J Mitch Productions and Thomas Ogar, and there's Tori and Branch. There's so many of them I could name that I've been just working with a lot of great models, people that have been in the industry like myself for years, and they lent their talents, and we made so many different, we took a lot of great photographs. Really, us just working well with these other photographers, because it takes a good photographer and a good model, I think, to work together to bring forth that chemistry. You can't just stand right in front of a lens and think you're going to pose and take a good picture. It's like you do have to work well with the photographer. There has to be some sort of chemistry, and I've been blessed to work with people where they are professional and they have that chemistry when we work together. It came together so well, and the pictures came out so great, and I've been building this wonderful portfolio that I'm just really proud of myself, because I can see the growth, I can see where I've started and where I've came from, and how I'm at, where I'm at right now. And just recently I even been signed to Stomp Model. So right now I'm with two different agencies, Wilhelmina and Stomp. and one's based in New York, Wilhelmina, the other one's based in the UK, believe it or not, in the United Kingdom. So it's like, you know, just doing a lot of work, constantly modeling. It takes a lot of work. You know, you gotta wake up early to do early morning shoots. We had a sunrise shoot that I did with J. Mitch Productions not too long ago, and we had to get up at the crack of dawn, sunrise. We had to be on the set. We had to be at the location. But when you really love to do something, it comes naturally, and you don't mind so much because it's not really work. And like I said, I've always been comfortable in front of the camera. I just love taking pictures, and I just love the outcome. I love putting out the work and putting together some really nice pictures. So yeah, you know, just continue to check out things like that. I got a lot of real professional photography that's coming out in the near future.
I'd like to tell you about someone who I love, love, love. Ron T. Gillis, my son. Ron is a very busy young man. He's an entrepreneur. He's a rapper. He wears many, many hats. He has many talents. Ron started to display his talents at a young age. He would rap. He would make his own music. He wrote poems. He writes very well. Ron is a God-fearing young man, someone who will help every and anyone. He does whatever he can. Ron, as you all should know, he's a rapper, a model, a filmmaker. Ron wears many hats. Ron started rapping at a young age. Around the house, he had his microphone and his music going, and he would go at it for hours, just enjoying himself. Ron has a few albums out that you all are most likely aware of and should check it out. You can find him on the web, as many of you know. Just follow him. You can email Ron anytime. Just feedback as well, and he enjoys it, and he will respond to all feedback. So just check out Ron's material. I'm sure you will love it. It's something for everyone. And also you can follow Ron on Facebook to follow his many accomplishments and things that he will do next as far as his music. You can follow him. You will find out where he will be next performing. So you can go there and enjoy yourself. You will have a great time. When Ron was younger, he and his brother would always be around the house putting on shows for the family. They would rap together, have the music playing in the background, and the two of them did very well. They did plays around the house for us as well. We had dinner and a play. We would be eating dinner, and Ron and his brother would get up and they just do a skit, something that they had gone over like earlier during the day. They performed for us that evening, which was really nice. We enjoyed it. We had a good time. Ron is, he models with Wilhelmina Agency. He does very well. I'm so proud of him.
So now I just came out of the trailer from a quick wardrobe change, and we are walking to the next location. We're about to be there shortly. So this was just a brief update. See you guys soon.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, definitely, you know. We're finishing up with the behind the scene, well, the photo shoot for the album cover. Finishing that up right now. Thomas and I went really well. So just look out for the album cover soon. Won't see hardly any pictures because we don't want to ruin it for you guys. But you'll see the album cover when it comes out. Peace.
My name is Crystal Shantae, and I am a model. I've been modeling for about 3 years now, I think, you know, like on and off between my real job. But I love modeling. I work with Ron. It was really fun. We had a great time together. You know, me modeling with guys is kind of awkward sometimes, but it was totally great with him, you know what I mean? So I definitely look forward to working with him again. He's definitely a great model, so yeah.
To those who pass me by, thanks for the opportunity. To those who talk about how I wasn't this and wasn't that, thanks for the advertisement. To those who look down on me, thanks for paying attention. Did I forget to mention all the years that I was stressing was actually a blessing in disguise. Wolfing sheep's clothing to your eyes. Many guys living bullshit and lies. Truth ain't in you, truth be told, I offend you, cause I ain't what you're used to, and that's just being truthful. I ain't got nothing to prove. I'll make my own rules and moves. I'll make your girl pick and choose the real nigga. And I heel figure, I wear polo, it fits better. Roll dolo, cause it's better. Roll solo, I can't sweater. Don't give a fuck about who's better. I knock you out like Mayweather. Keep your awards, I stay clever. No one like me, I bet ya. Chasing the dream, go fetch ya. Don't talk much, no lecture. Hate on me, I bet ya. This for the haters. This for the haters. The ones who talk about you. Wanna be me, don't favor us. There's no filters. There's no filters. And I don't give two fucks about such and such. This for the haters. This for the haters. The ones who talk about you. Wanna be me, don't favor us. There's no filters. There's no filters. And I don't give two fucks about such and such. Industry shady, yeah. Fucked up lately. If only hip hop would get back how it was in the 80s. This shit is crazy. Am I dreaming? Maybe. All I know is I've seen the future. I don't like where it takes me. No wonder I'm independent. I like my money, I spend it. I like being creative, not controlled like a damn puppet. No strings attached. That's why I'm detached. I'll be gone till November. Ain't no telling when I'll be coming back. Was born in December. Am cold like the winter. Can't help the fact that I've been burnt from the money I lent you. Take my kindness for weakness. Much was given, much expected. Though most neglect me, I can't neglect it. I
Hi, my name is Melanie, and I've been working with Ron and knowing Ron for about, I want to say maybe 8 years. And every time we work together, he is such an awesome personality. He has such a great soul, and we have such a good time. He's included me on various photo shoots, and we actually worked together on one of his short films that we did, I think, back in 2006, called By Any Means Necessary. So once again, he's an awesome actor, he's an awesome writer, producer, director, model. He even raps, so I'm going to be checking that out soon. And I advise everybody out there to check Ron out. He's a talent you don't want to miss. Thanks.
Just a good friend always. Whenever I call, she's there to help. So yeah, did a great job on that. It's just a lot of fun.
Hey guys, I'm Susan. I knew Ron from elementary, middle school. We did a photo shoot together. That was a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it again. We had a good time catching up the last time we seen each other, which was the photo shoot. Great model. He didn't have to do much to get good pictures. Great to work with, very comfortable to be around. Anyway, that's about it. Have a good one.
On this photo shoot, it was me and one of my good friends, Susan. We went to elementary school together and a little bit of middle school. And I asked her, I knew she was a model, so I asked her if she wouldn't mind joining me in this shoot. And she said, sure. I haven't done modeling in a little while, so I'll do it. And it was just like old friends just coming back together after many years. And the photographer is Jerome Mitchner, very, very professional photographer and videographer as well. A really good friend of mine. We had a lot of fun on that shoot. We got up early in the morning. I just remember telling both Jerome and Susan, I was like, yeah, I want to get the sunrise. Like, I really want to just get in one of these shots. I want to see the sunrise in the background. I thought that would make a really nice backdrop because we were going to be outside on like a ranch farm style, type of setting. And surely enough, we got there early in the morning. It was like 6 a.m. or so, and the sun just started to rise. And we were like, let's hurry up and get these shots. And some of those shots you could see it right there in the background, and all the sun just shining. So it made for a really nice shot because it was right there on the ranch style atmosphere. And then in the other shoot, we went to it's like this. We were on top of a garage. Actually, it was like a parking garage, and I always thought that would make a really nice setting for a shoot because a while ago we actually shot a music video for one of our other buddies who's a musician, and right in the same garage. And I was like, man, this would just look really nice having this
having this in the photo shoot with the buildings behind us, and we're up really high on top of the garage, and you could just kind of see, you could see the land and everything way out yonder behind us. So in some of these shots, you'll see us there, and we use like the car as a prop, and it was just a lot of fun, having a great time, doing what we love, using our gifts that we were blessed with by God to just shine. So it was a whole lot of fun. I was working with Torian Branch.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be One day I'll be yours. One day I'll be yours. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised.
Hi, my name is Little Latina. I met Ron. We actually did a music video. That was the first time that we met, and ever since then we've done 2 shoots. Our chemistry, our work related is really good. We click in the picture, say it all. Yes, Ron has a very friendly personality, very easy to work with. I would definitely recommend you to work with him at any time if possible, and you're lucky enough. Definitely look forward to working with Ron some more in the future, maybe music videos or other shoots.
I was doing the photo shoot with Jose Chio out of Maryland, great photographer, and Ali Plates, who's a model, I came across. She actually hit me up via Facebook and let me know that she's a model. And I was like, well, I got this photo shoot coming up, and we're looking for a female model. And, she came right on out, did a great job, did her thing. She's a natural, and we just hit it off. The photos came out really nice. It was brilliant work.
I'm here to speak on about my friend Ron here. He's been doing modeling and music lately, and I've been checking out his stuff and his work and everything else, and I feel like me personally, from the way I've met him, I've worked with him for about a month or two, me personally getting to know him, and then actually seeing about his work and everything else. I feel like, you know, God has really given him a great talent that he can use in a way. And the way that I've seen the pictures and even listened to the music, he's definitely got a great talent there. I also wanted to say that, you know, I am very grateful that he's using, you know, modeling and art, like, and music as well, because music and modeling is a form of art, and I feel like in a way that, you know, an art is a way to express who you are and how you feel and stuff like that. And I'm just grateful to have a friend like that, and also that he has that ability to show who he is through his art and through his music, and that's just a beautiful, wonderful thing. And I'm for him, and I'm always praying for him to keep on, and just that God blesses him through this, and hope to see more.
Yeah, get a little bit of, you know, behind the scenes album.
Yeah, I'm just come forward so that
Okay. Contact lenses now, nothing with my eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks.
That really sucks. I can't transfer to a little bit of stress. Yeah, we head sway a little from the hook, and we'll turn this way. Nice. Can I turn my turn a little more from the yeah. Oh, that's tight. That's
tight.
You didn't want the glasses off? Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hanging.
Oh.
Thanks.
No.
I don't know why that one will work with this, got to set it real quick.
Oh.
Just enter it keeps after the stuff.
Okay.
Oh.
Like, I remember all that.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try one over here.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh yeah, that's a good one right there. That's what it looks like. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Here, we want to come forward a little bit. And catch anybody to get towards you. Yeah, it worked out so well that she went shopping down there. Like, that was crazy. He said yesterday, but I didn't even register. I was like, oh, Friday, okay, great, perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like so busy with the magazine, you know. It's like
right.
Rehearsal had this whole week, man. Magazine rehearsal, everything.
Oh man, yeah. So you just had a really, really busy day, a busy week actually.
So I was like,
yeah, it's kind of hard to keep track.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. You need like a planner now, you know.
Right.
Yeah, turn your body towards me a little bit. That's pretty tight.
That's pretty tight too?
Yeah, I'm gonna try something else. Do. It's a hundred by six, wasn't it? Oh, haven't yeah, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of cultural. Actually, we went to that thing one. Every one from the pocket there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You gotta turn your mind towards me. Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Let's try this. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Just this. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome? Yeah. Okay.
Then we give him one of your glasses on and then...
Okay. Oh yeah.
That's where I got it because I basically gonna do some Photoshop for that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's gonna look pretty tight.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Oh yeah, that's probably the one right there. I think so. I think we can cut and print.
Oh yeah, man. You know how it is whenever we get together.
Exactly,
Magic
yeah.
always happens.
Always happens.
You
Like,
know?
yeah, exactly.
All the time.
Always happens. Let's get one more. Okay. It's not even might crouch just like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, very nice. Oh yeah. Well, good to go, man.
Cool, man. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah. That's nice.
Right here.
Oh yeah.
Photoshop that up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Definitely, man. These are nice shots. Wow. Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Oh man, that's a real good one too. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, great job, man. Yeah, as usual, man. Great job.
Take too long either, you
No.
know?
Yeah. And then all done, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do some Photoshop on it, you know.
Okay.
You know, see what's kind of see what best this look is.
Yeah.
And I'll send you a few different ones. So you just choose one you like better.
Okay. Yeah.
Or let me know which one you want to change anything, make anything different. Let me know.
Okay. Yeah. Sure, man. Yeah, definitely. You know, we're finishing up with the behind the scene, well, the photo shoot for the album cover. Finishing that up right now. Thomas and I went really well. So just look out for the album cover soon. Won't see hardly any pictures because we don't want to ruin it for you guys. But you'll see the album cover when it comes out. Peace.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Jerome Mitchner of J. Mitch Productions. I've known Ron for about 8 years or so now, maybe a little more. I met Ron with the production of the movie Student. I came in through a partner of mine, through a friend of mine by the name of Kevin Frazier, introduced me to Ron. Came in, they needed help with some shooting, so I was just supposed to be support with helping shooting the short film. In turn, I ended up shooting the entire film, which the film came out great from the knowledge, the small knowledge that I knew of shooting film. If you guys was able to check that out, you'll see some of the flaws and things like that. But overall, it was good writing by Ron. Found out Ron was a hip hop artist, a model, and also an actor and director. So that's a lot of hats. But I've come to know Ron over the years, known him as a friend and as a brother in Christ now. That, you know, Ron's a great dude. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the relationship I have with Ron. Just talking about life in general and things like that. His drive, his ambition to want to get better, to want to do better, to want to help others, to want to help his family, his faith in God. So outside of that, man, Ron has been a great friend. We talk on a regular basis just about different ideas about life, just how we can be creative in different ways. So I've done photography with Ron. I've recorded Ron with audio, with my production, my music production, with my photography that I'm building as a company under J. Mitch Productions. So it's been a pleasure to work with Ron, to work on different ideas with Ron. I think the sky's the limit with Ron because of his drive and his ambition. His drive and ambition, man, is, you know, it's rare to find somebody who's always driven, always ready to work, ready to put in the work. A lot of times folks are just not willing to put in the behind the scenes work or work on a regular basis, and Ron has that. So he has that even more so, more than the gifts and talents that he have. His drive and passion to do what he wants to do and trying to do in life that he feel like his God-given gift is a lot stronger than what his actual talent is. So I would even say that Ron's drive and ambition is a gift within itself. So Ron, I hope to see you do greater things, man. I hope to be involved with things that you have in the future. It's been a pleasure to watch you grow, bro. And, you know, keep on going, Lord willing. You'll do great things, bro. So just remember, keep God first, man, and keep pushing. All right? Peace, man.